Welcome back, friends. It is time now for our final series of the night. Mars and Momo will be bringing you this one. It is going to be the new Gen.G featuring Spacely going up against the new Envy featuring the mighty Gunless. Hey, what a series this could be. We'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. I think the desk touched on, obviously, the Twitter drama, obviously, between a couple of the players. But all jokes aside and everything, it comes down to now. It comes down to that map one, like who comes out hot. And you've got to look at the likes of Gunless. Like, he is in the same category, if you like, because your Dashies, your Hukes, your Sims, or whatever you want to put it. Like, Gunless has been at the top for so long, and I'm sure it's no insult to say that Spacely is not in that category, but Spacely brings something different to the team, and I think that's what Gen.G have realized. And to bring someone from, you know, the bench back onto the starting lineup, there's a reason for that, and I don't think it's going to be, you know, understood by every fan, every caster, every analyst, but we kind of have to let the gameplay do the talking. Now, Gen.G we know about, but I feel like with Envy, it's been such a big roster mania, you know, a big roster change. I'm very excited to kind of see how this plays out.
Yeah, for sure.
It doesn't almost make sense when you look at it, but it's one of those things you look at this lineup and you're like, this doesn't make sense, but it could be absolutely amazing.
It's weird, isn't it? It's like just based on sheer name power alone, you're like, okay, Envy's going to be dope. But that yet remains to be seen. Still, again, the desk touching it perfectly. They, again, a very AR-heavy team right now in a game that may have just taken a heavy shift towards the SMG.
Salt's gone blonde too.
I know. I think, well, Gunless is on the team, so either the stress of having to, you know, make big adjustments, and under that, Gunless is also blonde. So, Patty P, if you can hear us, brother, you better dye that mop. Just take a ton of bleach.
It's working with Gunless. I don't blame Assault, you know.
It's all Silly's there as well, dude. And then Decimate on the enemy, and I know his mum won't like that, but he dyes his hair white. There you go. Join the rest of the crew. I'm sure. I mean, maybe we can talk to alumni about this afterwards. But like, is it part of the deal that everyone has to
get them blonde tips? That'd be interesting,
wouldn't it, dude? They rock them in Miami. Even
Bevels, you too, mate. You too.
Bevels, dye your hair.
It's blonde all around.
We're getting carried away here at the
Yeah, we certainly are. Not really the topic we should be talking about, but I guess this is the first look at the new Envy, right? Yeah,
quite literally the first look at the new Envy, and we are extremely excited. Hairstyles aside, see how this squad goes. Stop laughing. I'm trying to keep it serious. Very excited to get into this matchup. And again, if that search and destroy, hold me back. If that doesn't go the way of Envy, oh Jesus, man, that's rough. We're almost ready to rock and roll, friends. I believe we were swapping a PlayStation at the time being, or I don't think any of these players, and Gunless didn't take 40 minutes to build his classes. We could have.
Vortex a break. It's
come on.
In, man.
He played great.
He was fantastic.
He played
Game 5 versus Optic, actually saw them in the notorious bathroom. Was like, guys, you played that well. And they were like, yep, we know. Like they seemed pretty happy, actually. Yeah. You know, in all things considered, after the loss. Envy, though, versus Gen.G here. Hacienda, Gridlock, Seaside, and Frequency. As we kick things off, though, we're going to be jumping right back into that fountain here. And we talked about it with Splice, how you replace a player like Nolson for Huke. Same situation for Envy, only reverse. You swap a player like Huke for Gunless, and obviously you bring in players like Assault. We have kicked Joey Nubsy off the stage. We've kicked Bevels off the stage. They've had their chance. They better have said all the things they need to, because these boys are about to get into it. We're about to see the Tiny Terror back in action. It's Major Maniac. And the tallest duo that run the sword.
Wait, we've just found out what's going on here. Sorry.
I was wondering why you're laughing.
So Assault made classes. It's his fault. Assault made classes in his warm-up lobby, and he was shooting bots in fire range, and he didn't realize that they cross over when we go into the Pro League mode.
Oh my goodness. Where's the
profession? This is good teamwork, though. Look, he's helping out with the hair.
Out his hair?
It's good teamwork from Envy already.
Oh, he's like, you got your headset on backwards, mate.
I'm happy. I'm happy with what I'm seeing out of Envy.
Not a great start for Envy.
Not a great start for the boys on Envy. But hey, here we go. Assault's ready to rock. The fist bumps are up for the 9th time here. We're ready to rock. Gen.G, Envy. Let's get into it, Joe.
You really need to stop.
I'm having so much fun. I love my job. It's great here. You're all wonderful.
First you done TP, now Courage.
That was Clint.
Believe me, I know. You live with a man. Not for much longer.
I'm going to miss that.
Yeah.
Oh, God. The Pro League has been fantastic.
What happens when you wake up with Clint? What's the first thing he says?
Clint is the thing that wakes me up. Usually it's like, my Marg bullets went through his head. I swear to God, he's playing from Puerto Rico. It's something like that. Goddamn Puerto Rican team. All right, Clint. Good morning. Anyway, here we go. Into Hacienda. We hope you've enjoyed the Pro League as much as we have, friends.
It's been fun, man.
It's been all kinds of magical here.
Not over yet.
Yep, here we go. AR heavy team in Envy. What will they bring to the table now? Spacely, he's making the wrap there with Havoc. Assault's going to be down low, ICR in hand, Silly upstairs with his. And Morks is going to show that quite the mighty ICR of his own. He finds 2 to open this one off the rip. However, Envy, they will get the early points. Decimate has to find his way forward now and try to clean these players out of top open. But in all of this engagement, actually, we've not seen anyone aside from Envoy there, and it was brief, very short-lived, make a play for the point.
I mean, Assault's been chilling right now. He's backed himself 23 points, and all things good. Gunless going to be rocking the Maddox. Everyone take note, of course, who's running what. Havoc, of course, he's running the Sorg, and Gen.G won't really have changed too much, of course, with Spacely added. You're going to see Decimate looks like he's going to be running Sorg Vision. Gunless back inside of the War Machine, and we'll see what he can do with that. Probably looking to drop it twice per map. Now in Gunless. However, rotations have been set in place, and we are going to see Envy at the back of the garage. Major Maniac waiting for the team. He's got a concussion to juggle with, and we'll see if he throws this one in. A nice slip and slide there for Decimate. He does find one before going down. Shot punch coming in for Major Maniac, but Envy have control of the hardpoint, have control of the spawns.
Keep that lead going for Envy. Gunless doing things already. 4 and 2. 2 back-to-back for him in the kills department. And oh my, here comes the armada of Gen.G making their way forward. Decimate's like, I swear the whole team's in the water. They're all here. The shots are through. Assault's going to be there to find 2 out of that one, and Gunless. It's a surface-to-water missile from that Maddox as he cleans up another one. The player's been stopped for now, and Gen.G, they have been scuttled. And now we see Envy with a great lead developing now after that second hard point. Rotation goes down. Those orange arrows of Gen.G now, they've dried off their boots on the respawn, and now they're out by fences. Can they hold the line as the point is about to flip?
We'll see a couple of teammates reunited, of course. Salt with Aches and Silly. Gunless now back with Silly, of course, previously united days, long time ago. It feels so long since we saw Gunless play. He's already bagged himself 8 kills to his name. So far, so good, as he does get taken down by Spacely. Nicely traded out by Envy as they look to rotate round here. Contestion going down by the fences. Aches managing to slip in. He's got to find himself actually a kill and get out of there, which is great for Aches here. And that looks very promising for Envy. Nice setups here.
This is already much better than we've seen Envy play as of recent. Nice kills there from Gen.G. They're going to close this out. Hardpoint's going to go their way. Assault up next, right in the back of the head.
Give me your gun.
The King hit onto Envoy, and he's got more. Can he find anything? Assault, what is happening? 90 points away from streaks. He's going to get it! He does! With the back smack. And there's more. I mean, really, it could not have gone any better in that situation for Assault. The hardpoint will flip for the time being, but it's not really going to be enough. Envy really made that tough for Gen.G. Straight over to Rock, into the hands of Gen.G. The break now from Envy is on.
Yeah, made it difficult, but Gen.G suddenly locking down this Rock area here. Got a couple things to play with, of course, concussion being one of them. Assault's actually bagged himself a lightning strike, and talking to the thing, here it comes. I'm going to put it straight into the middle, push the players straight into Assault himself. He's baited them perfectly here. Morks, Havoc, and Major Maniac controlling mid-map here, controlling that top corridor. Envy, though, are going to break that 100-point mark. Gen.G, let's not forget how good that these guys have been at their respawn modes as well. So for Envy just to kind of come in and maybe steal away, and maybe steal's the wrong word there for a hard point, it's going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, so far so good. Gen.G trying to make the comeback. 15 seconds left here on the first hard point. Of course, we just fall straight back down the stairs to Fountain for the next set of rotations. Envoy can't quite get himself going in this matchup. I mean, we've seen Envoy be absolutely terrifying thus far, but with the Maddox in hand at 8 and 11. Havoc for him, player on your screen, very uncharacteristically slow performance for him. 7 and 15, rough scenes for him. Envoy now trying to get this started. Get that War Machine going. The attack 5 comes through for Envy. An extra 50 HP, and that's going to help out Aches for the time being as he gets the kill. And again, wonderful work from Envy. They had a brilliant hold on the first hard point here in the first set, and so far they're doing it again. Envy with a convincing lead.
And with 35 seconds, they're rotating this. This looks very, very good. I think Decimate has a huge role to play on Envy, and I think he has a very hard role to play. Of course, he's changing his playstyle up a lot, especially with, you know, Vision Pulse as well. I'm not sure it's the hardest one to use, of course, but I think he now can focus on himself a little bit more. He's on a 5-kill streak, does go down. Talking of kill streaks, previously on Rock, Major Maniac dies on a 6-kill streak, which means no Lightning, no Hellstorm. However, he has got the Tempest, so Envy going into Garage now with a 60-point lead, maybe a little more with those scrap time going their way. Fighting for the back here. Havoc's going to be right there with it. Not for long, though, as Assault, what he's known for, that anchoring point of Envy.
You don't win a World Championship and get MVP at the tournament for nothing. Good to see Assault back in the Pro League. Big shots from Havoc. Perfect entry there from Water. The right time. Still Assault in the back. Trying to provide that covering fire. Trying to create a sort of a kill box there where if you try to help out your teammates, you're going to get shot in the back. Major Maniac's going to lock it down. Tempest in his hand at the ready. Here comes the slam for Havoc on the defense. It's possible as he lines this one up. Just waiting for the info from his teammates. You can hear Major Maniac now ringing out the calls. Just wait for it. They're coming. They're coming. If they overextend, if they commit, they're going to meet the slam of Havoc. It's slam central. 20 seconds now on this next hard point. He may go for it in small. There it is. There's the shots. He doesn't have to slam at all. This is big work already from Gen.G. There's only 10 seconds left on this hard point. And oh boy, they're starting to heat up.
Yeah, 60 points now, down to just 20 after the scrap time. Will go towards Gen.G now, down by the fences, which was a complete mess last time with Assault in tin. Envy are going to have that rotation to begin with. Lightning Strike has been acquired by Major Maniac. Second time works a charm, a little bit lucky. As he now lets it go. 3 players in tin, they're going to funnel. They're going to all feed into them, but the Tempest doesn't chain. Maddox going back and forth. Quick stim shot is going to find both players alive, but the kill feed all yellow. All yellow. What is this?
Oh my! Pretty sure there was a fight in Saving Private Ryan where 2 guys were throwing hats at each other. That's what that felt like. That really did. What an ugly engagement that was. Still, it's over. 30 seconds left on fences. Envy looking strong. Assault's Tempest goes out. Major Maniac 50 points away from streaks now. Can he try again? Big shots, there it is, full streaks to be had now for Gen.G. 30 points separating these teams. This is a big bout of work, and that is it. Major Maniac once again keeping the run going. His 5th in a row adds to the pile of 17 he's already picked up so far in the match. 17, but also only 9 deaths. A Vision Pulse, he's actually going to give himself an even better odds of extending this. 6-kill streak now. Pre-fire to try and make it 7, but he's going to get War Machine by the mighty Gunless here. Whoa. Talked about him too much, but already making an impact here. Slam answers back, shuts down the War Machine. The Vision Pulse had already been popped here. My goodness, Morks 1 step ahead. Decimate not too far away from that Vision Pulse himself. Still with the lead. Envy. It's a narrow lead at that. Whew. Nice hard point to start us off for our final match of the night. Envoy on the flank. A clean 2. Puts 3 members of Envy down now. Hard point flips, 20 seconds left. Gen.G, this is it. Envy have just let the reins go for a second and the horses are bolted. That's it. The lead changes. Gen.G are looking great, but they do have to contend now with that incredibly strong first hard point of Envy. Havoc is about to get himself streaks as well. Oh, Willie! Is he gonna get it? 10 points? All he needs, he could just cough on someone again. He could have jumped on the hard point right there to get it. He's going for it. He realizes, finds himself that. He slides on out as well. War Machine has been acquired. Quick shot punch from Silly, but in fact, no, that was Envoy. Silly actually answers back with the double. No one on the hard point, interestingly enough, at the moment. Just trying to lock down top mid, which isn't a bad thing, of course. With a scoreline being so close, Envy again will control the middle fountain here, but for the first time, Envy are actually fighting from behind. Exciting stuff. Now we see Gen.G in the lead. It'd be lovely to hear the comms of that new team. Let's go for a quick Astro Gaming listen in with Gen.G.
Close, B. I got one more deep, one more deep. Too close. Helping close. 2 top right. I got
nice, 2 close. I'm trying to push front garage, guys.
Open, peek it. I'm trying to get this
front rock.
He's open shouldering.
Front rock is 1 shot dead.
Nice. Get him off, have your back. I can't, I'm stunned, I'm full stunned. Have your back then.
I'm in water. I'm gonna grab us. Wait, I'm water. Water. He's deep. I can't see him.
Lambo now.
Deep water. He's weak. Nice. Hold rock. I got him grabbing.
Nice. I'm your rock.
Push up front.
I have the back.
He's got me rock. Yo, hold lobby. I'm pushing out bush. I'm gonna hellstorm when they're close.
Inside water, in water.
I'm pushed out bush. I'm hellstorming.
Lobby. Yo, one's going lobby. Put you front. One's going lobby right now.
I
Dead one shot lobby. Dead one shot lobby.
Weak, side door. Ivor side door. Oh, yes, there was one more water. Ivor side.
I'm going water.
I see one side.
Water right now.
Silly, lobby.
He's still inside.
Two lobby hitting the back.
Push out the front.
Hit the back.
Yeah, one side. Get my back door, guys.
Is it water?
Watch
water.
water.
I'm gonna back door. They have to flood.
Boy, howdy. Gen.G looking very, very strong. Here comes the streaks from Havoc. He finds his third on the entry. That's wonderful work, and he's honestly about to get himself more lightning strikes. So in case the first weren't devastating enough, here comes another round. Havoc is just starting to burn white hot in this matchup. He's turned that series around. He's on a 9-10 kill spree. 34 and 23 right now. Oh, man.
Miles.
Oh, man.
It's not looking good. There's 2 streaks, there's 3 specialists. Havoc's on a 10-kill streak. Major Maniac is positive 9. And Havoc is positive 11. It's all gone wrong. What on earth just happened? I'm interested to see and hear from the analysts maybe about the new MV squad, but Havoc make it 11. Can we see 12? You've got a slam. You're looking to end things. I think he's saving the slam just in case, maybe for Rock, but the Tempest is out. And it's electrifying. Let's see what it can do in the hands of Major Maniac. So far, so good. As Major Maniac and Havoc right now are combined 60 to 40. Incredible.
Envoy's been slowed down somewhat there by the trophy system. Major Maniac up over the top. The jump shot. Beautiful work. But Gunless is still alive, and he got a little bit too eager. He charges forward. 3 kills there for Envy. 3 clean. And we're looking to get back in this one again. 245 is a huge, huge scoreline now to climb. Envy, they have to make this perfect. They have to make this perfect.
I will say, Envoy invested the War Machine, nothing. Major Maniac invested the Tempest, nothing here. There is a slam, there is 2 streaks. The streaks must connect, and now they're going to find a couple. It's going to be a Gunless and Assault. Gen.G just need to slide on in and bag themselves 5 more points. A slam is available for Havoc, and he's looking to let loose, but the slam finds nothing too. The specialists have found pretty much nothing, and here we have Envy in control. The kill feed going their way. They can take it away, but it's new guy Spacely who's back in action, and he's going to find himself a double. And Havoc gassing his teammate up at the right time there. Spacely, an all-important double. I thought I could see that getting out of hand for a second.
Woo! What a hard point. Let's have a look at the last minute of that matchup while the coaches get on stage. It all begins with Major Maniac's Tempest, which wasn't quite as high voltage as it needed to be, but nonetheless, I mean, Envy, watch that scoreline, because again, Gen.G are 10 points away from the win. They have hard point control at this stage. They invest 2 specialists to get in on this point. Envy battled back with such vigor.
I think at this very point as well, Gen.G are outslain by 25 kills, bear in mind as well. Havoc, of course, having Slam. We saw Envoy there have War Machine, nothing. Major Maniac invests the Tempest, connects, but doesn't find anything more than that. Havoc, we see just shortly, it doesn't find anything with the Slam as well, but his Hellstorm does connect. His Lightning Strike does connect. But Envy here for a second made my heart skip a beat, because if you look at the minimap, this is where Gen.G have control. They've taken 2 down. Havoc has this slam on the flank, but it doesn't work to plan. And then suddenly that kill feed is just all blue, but it's new guy Spacely come from the bench to save the day.
Unbelievable hard point. But before the match started, Jess caught up with Havoc. Jess, he's unbelievable. What did he say?
Thanks, Miles. Well, Havoc said that since Spacely has rejoined the team, he said that vibes are good, scrims are good. But when I was asking about what to expect here at the Pro League, he said he basically said something like, I don't really know how good we are. We're going to have to see. But he did say that they're expecting to go 4-0 for this week. From the side of Envy, I spoke to Aches and, walked up to him and said, hey, I see you guys have some roster changes. He kind of sighed and goes, yes, we did. He said that those were some absolutely necessary roster changes, said that Gunless is just a beast, and that was absolutely necessary. And he's hoping that this is going to pull them out of the slump that they've been in. And in this series, their success really depends on whether or not they can shut Envoy down. So let's see if they can make that happen. Miles and Momo, back over to you.
Can they shut Envoy down? Can they shut Envoy down? Again, 2 players who are essentially the same person, but we can't really tell.
And then you've got Major Maniac
we
as
should
well.
Probably ask. We should probably ask how to pronounce his name before we butcher it again. Interesting to hear from Aches, though. I mean, isn't that amazing when you think, like, the slump they're in is one thing, but to go, we needed to make a team change.
I mean,
like, it's wild.
You can call it a slump, but for me, 5 players of a huge organization get on planes, travel to an event, don't win a map. That's more than a slump. That's tragic.
Yes.
That is, yeah.
It is.
I mean, you can't get any worse. It's been talked about for a while now, and I feel like Envy, they've got so much to prove, and they didn't win a map And it's just like, how do you come back from that? They, you know, transfer out the boy wonder that is Hugh, and they get in the god that is gunless, and things get changed around, everything gets switched up, and it can only get better. It can't physically get any worse. But Envy right now, they are down by 1, and by all means, yes, it started so well. I've got very high hopes for this squad. I like to see, you know, these guys work together, and it's no easy task going up against Gen.G. We know how strong they can be.
So the way this all works out, friends, Envy, they can lose 1 series this week. That's all they got. They got to win all the others in order to qualify for playoffs. On the other side of the board, when it comes to Gen.G, they need a win here. Now that, of course, you know, Midnight managed to win this matchup, Gen.G need another win to secure themselves placement in that top 4. If they can get it done here, that's great, but they need another after this. That will be decided tomorrow in tomorrow's Pro League matches. But
I mean, yeah, that's it. There's so many games going on, and like every map and series counts towards Miami, and again, you want to get this in as early as possible. Once you kind of lock your place in, let's say, for example, like Optical, your 100 Ds or whatever, then you've got that stress kind of free, and you can just practice and work on, you know, maybe getting a couple of maps in that you're not as good at.
ooh.
Aches still rocking the Paladin over by B. We've seen some promising things from him on this one. Doesn't connect with the first 2 or the 3rd as well, but he's going to be sliding away straight into the hands of Spacely here as Gen.G open up the account with first blood. Bomb should be going down shortly as it is now planted. We are going to see a retake, negative, of Envy.
Silly. Say goodbye to your kneecaps, friend.
And your toes.
Just gone. What a round from Gen.G. Such precision. Speaking of precision gunners, big shots. My word, I actually got a very fast bout of tingles up the arms there where Gunness re-challenged there, but Major Maniac, he eats green berets for breakfast.
And I think as well, there's been so many roster changes which has been like Heretics, you know, 1 in, 1 out. Even Gen.G, 1 in, 1 out. But Envy, the whole dynamic has changed. I feel like this is a team which may suffer in Search and Destroy, or it's going to be harder to figure out. Like, there's been such a big change in this squad to kind of get back on the momentum of Search and Destroy is very, very difficult, and it looks like Aches is sticking to his role. And, of course, very early days yet, so we'll see, of course, whether it pays off. But Envy looking for the first win in a while. Quick change there coming in from Aches. Havoc has posted up at B. He's just chilling.
He's hiding behind a box full of yen. Waiting for that perfect time to just pounce. Envoy watching mid-map. Nothing there. All onto Morks, who's a lone defender at A. And here come Envy. They're all in. 3. That's a lot of information passed on. Spacely backs him up quickly. Envoy's now there in position. You can hear the trophy system setting up. We're gearing up for a big fight here, friends. This is going to be a biggie. Bomb down. That's the ding of the bell. And already, blow by blow, we're going at it. Silly just puts one on the Spacely. That's an absolute haymaker. 3-3. Silly finds his second. Powerful work. Now it's a 2-on-2. Up close and personal is Aches with that ICR. Major Maniac slips and slides right on through. And a 1 versus 1. Aches comes out on top.
Nicely done there at the very end, and a good trade coming in from H. You saw Major Maniac, and you said up close and personal. That's where this man thrives. When he gets that Maddox in certain positions, his movement is on point. You see him just kind of slide in here, find one with only 1 bullet. The second kill just seemed very, very easy as he slides on forward, but it was just 1 too many. As Aches gets the better of him and finds Envy their first round of the Search and Destroy.
I really hope, I mean, for Envy's sake, that they win this. We're meant to be impartial as commentators, but I think for Envy's sake, for the love of COD, gotta give him a search soon. Here we go. Aches tried his luck at being the first round, puts the sniper away, and I think he may have actually regretted that one, changing class at that last moment, because there's potentially 2 players on the other side of that. The remaining 4 members of Envy defending towards A. But the bomb is moving towards B. Oh my, Envoy just managed to get it, and that's it. B site is now theirs. The gunfight's maybe going down at A, but the bomb will be armed there shortly. I must say, Envy need to win these kills decisively and then cut across map. And they might just be able to do that. Mork's hoping to slow him down. Envoy now and Spacely defending at B.
Time ticking away. MB with the life advantage here, but they've got to get in the defuse. And Envoy here just peeking through the windows, trying to see if anyone comes out of ice cream. They're actually going to be wrapping down Ali and up top as well. Morks has found the information. Gunless drops down, and now this is where the numbers are going to go against them here. Trades go down 2v2 as Morks finds a double. The ICR so strong from this man. He's actually going to find himself Assault, but Assault with the ICR comes back. Envoy with a double here, clutches up, and the movement is on point.
We love that as well, Major Maniac. That was nasty.
That's what you usually see from your Sorg, maybe your Maddox, your ICR kind of movement there.
I think that was Aches' ICR, the red one.
Yeah.
That he picked up. Again, Mork's putting it work in the back, finding 2 as well. Beautiful stuff there from Gen.G. Again, it spells doom for Envy. Search rounds are getting nasty. Into the 4th we go. 2-man push towards B now for Envy with that bomb.
And I think when you kind of come into this game, we talked about it in Optic versus Heretics kind of having your favourite. Gen.G have been great. You know, we saw obviously the results that they had at Anaheim. You know, yes, they've changed the player, and Nagafen obviously didn't put up the best stats, but you know, replacing with someone like Spacely, I don't feel like it changes too much. Of course, maybe it brings a little difference to the team. But again, going into this, you've got to kind of tip Gen.G for the favourites here, no matter if you've got the likes of Gunless or whoever on the other team.
I think you're absolutely right, Phil. I completely agree.
Uh-oh, sneaky.
Havoc. Oh, gosh, that's the one. I mean, Havoc could find a second. He makes it look so effortless. Slicing his way through some of the finest players in the world. And now he's managed to maneuver himself in a position where he's got teammates backing him up, and now it's a 2-on-1 at that bomb site. Silly, you're in for a world of trouble, and as if it wasn't bad enough, Major Maniac picks it up. Now it's all down to Aches in a 1v3. Envy have been decapitated in round 4.
Aches like a lost puppy here with his bomb in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by 3 players. 14 seconds. Good luck, have fun, Aches. It's not going to be easy as Envoy is the player to take him down, and Gen.G bagged himself another round. I like how Gen.G have color-coded their game fuels to go with
I didn't see that.
To go with their...
I like that.
Check it out. I notice the smallest of things sometimes.
We see human katana that is Havoc. Swish, swish.
Havoc could be good at that. Fruit game.
Really? Oh, yeah, no, I got that one. Sorry. I had to think about it. I was like, what are you talking about?
I don't know what it's called. Look at that. Game fuels. Color code.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Props to Gen.G. 150 points away now from Streaks is going to be Envoy. Aches, can he put... There is one!
I don't think he meant to shoot him.
He didn't. The Streak stream is over. Aches finally finding one, and an important kill nonetheless here in the 5th.
Aches is maybe, I don't want to say slow reactions, but actually helped him out there.
Paid off.
Yeah, it was like, misses the first and someone runs straight into it. Poor Envoy as he gets a bullet through the skull.
I love that though, I mean, Gen.G. That shot went through, we heard that thump. Before Envoy had even hit the ground, those 2 had backed up and they just found cover real quick. Hey! Aches is in the mix, finds his 2nd. The reinforcements for Envy now showing up, but is it too late? Aches gets his 3rd. Powerful work from Aches. Can he keep it going? The rest of the gunfights are going down. Spacely finds 1. Major Maniac now slipping forward. He's going to find a Silly. Oh no, wait a minute. Does find the Silly before going down. Can we get any more kills out of Aches? He finds 4. And that man right there on your screen secures the round.
First shot, we laughed at. Second one was actually pretty fantastic, I'm not going to lie. Do we get to see the first one? I'm not sure we will. No, but we do get to see that second one. Precision at its finest there. What is it? Precision beats power, timing beats speed. Love it.
Who taught you that?
My mate Connor. Probably said it all wrong anyway.
I don't know. It sounded good. I thought it was like Mr. Miyagi from The Karate Kid or something, but... Ah, such a nerd. Round 6. Aches is going 6-3. We laughed, but he's having a great search so far.
I mean, that round alone was all like Aches. And B's pretty much wide open here. It's basically at the back, but he's not doing what Aches was, which was sniping and covering over everything. Major Maniac's going to jump on in to the house, and Aches actually might find himself a treat. Might find a while Envoy pushing forward here.
Look how close these players are behind him. Like,
Uh-oh, Aches, turn around. Not gonna happen.
To ribbons, 5v3. Outmaneuvered, outplayed, outgunned. Gen.G have once again taken a round and absolutely blast Envy out of this one. A brilliant bit of work from them here in round 6. Envoy will get the defuse. Again, the streak stream is over, but at 8-2, I mean, it took a 50 cal round from Eggs right to the dome to end it. Brilliant stuff. 4-2.
Gen.G coordinated as ever.
I love that you noticed that. It's so funny. Do Envy drink the blue one?
I was talking about the actual round of Call of Duty, Miles.
I was still thinking about the game fuel.
I like it.
I like it too.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the rule. The refs, you know. Sorry, not allowing that game fuel. You're only allowed the blue one.
Yeah, like
Optic get the green one.
Scraps is like, I want a blue one.
No, you can only have red one.
No, yeah, not one red one or a blue one. Not for you, Maddie. Have your red one and be happy. Here we go.
Red or nothing.
Round 7. X still running that snipe, Old Faithful, but the fight is at A, and the fight is about to start. X, you're not going to be present in this one, my friend. Here we go. Morks opens it up. The shots are there. Decimate! What a lovely 2 that was! He finds 3 off screen and gunless. Woohoo! Goodbye. That round
was Decimate. Found himself a nice little corner, backed on up and said, come to me. Finds 3 here. This second one was, I think it was a team shot. He got, yeah, but I'm sure one of his teammates also contributed, and Decimate looks as mind-blowing as us here, but a nice triple there as Gunless ends it with a nice easy kill, but Envy find another round on the board here, and a much-needed one. You don't want to go 5-2 down in Search and Destroy. It's bad, trust me, I know. But Aches is going to hop, skip, and a jump into position, but all he sees is his teammates in front of him. Now, he did get taken from behind in the last round, so he might be a little bit more cautious at that one, but Silly didn't check the ice cream. Major Maniac's got himself a double scoop and he's found himself Silly planting the bomb. And Aches again. Yes, cautious at the flank, but still no better. 3 players go down, make it 4.
Honestly, what? What? Gen.G? What?
I don't get how someone walked through ice cream and I jokingly said found himself it just seemed like it was just easy. It was like, oh, nobody's watching this. Here's someone planting the bomb. Sometimes you get wall banged, you know, in that position planting the bomb. Usually you don't get someone peek out and have a free kill. I think that's a bit of a mistake from Envy, but 5-3.
Learnings all the time. I mean, after that hyper-aggressive round at A, Envy were like, oh, just bum rush B as fast as we possibly can. And Gen.G just made the read so well. Brilliant work from them. Now, Envy are doing it again. They're like, just go for it, just charge. It's the charge of the Light Brigade, and that didn't really work out if you Google that one real quick, friends. Here we go. Now it's all down to the 3 remaining members of Envy here for the Search and Destroy. The losing streak may continue unless we can see some true heroics from Envy, and it's not going to come from Silly. It's possibly coming from Assault right now. Envoy's getting into this one. He's about to drive the dagger into the back of Aches, and that is it, friends. It's 2-0, and it's 14 losses straight in Search and Destroy for Envy.
40 maps straight. It's a tough one.
Oh, it's maps, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was 0 and 12, obviously at Anaheim, but today is a new beginning. And of course, it's not the easiest way to start with Gen.G in front of you, but 0-2 is the scoreline.
There we go, friends. 2-0 so far as these 2 new rosters now put themselves to the test. When we come back after this quick break, it will be Control. Will it be a 3-0, or will Envy bounce back?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Gen.G versus Envy. Gen.G 2-0 in the lead. You're wondering, Momo, why are you introducing this? Miles got his face full of food right now because he was hungry during the break.
Hey. Why are you throwing me under the bridge?
It was coming to us anyway, and Miles, you're not getting rid of it that quick. Yeah, so welcome to Miles. He was hungry. The poor guy hasn't eaten in 14 days, and he's been starving out here in Columbus, Ohio. You all right? No? You still going?
So unprofessional.
So unprofessional.
I just
Tasty though, right?
It was fantastic.
How's the food?
Great. The food here is great at the MLG Arena. Wow, how deeply unprofessional. Like, really. Hey, though.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. 2-0 in the series is going to be Gen.G, and I will say, a little disappointed, a little bit surprised.
I'm kind of not surprised. I'll be completely honest. I thought Gen.G would come out here and do what they've been doing previously. They were very, very, very strong in Anaheim. Poor Nagafen had one of the best, well, his team had one of the best events ever, and then he finds himself quickly subbed out. And Envy, of course, 0-12 at Anaheim, and boy, oh boy, now 0-14. I don't think it's really fair to kind of, I don't know whether it's fair to say that. It's a fact, and they're not on a good run. But roles have changed. Envy have switched up so much, including players, roles, specialists, and everything in between. But we're here on gridlock control. Are Gen.G going to give them the quick backhand of a 3-0? Are we going to see the shot punches from Havoc? But our Envy, maybe, who knows? Reverse sweep, is it possible? Of course it is.
Yeah, obviously.
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible. And time is a flat circle, so that everything that can happen has already happened somewhere. And all right. Here we go. Into the control. X with our first blood. And over to B we go. And it's starting to stack up quite quickly. There's only 2 members on it. Havoc's opened up the back. Everyone on Gen.G playing this quite slow. Very, very conservative, and I like it. So far, so good. X gets traded out, and they manage to drain the second tick before it can get any more dangerous. Oh, Envoy. Big shots. That's his 3rd kill in a row. Now Major Maniac on the solo play. Here towards A. Havoc. Reinforcements are coming through, and man, the cavalry is furious. He's on a 3-kill streak as well. Oh boy, this is dangerous.
Yeah, Havoc's very fast, becoming like one of my favorite players to watch because it's almost so predictable but so fun watching him play. It's the fact he kind of maneuvers his way as close as he can to the enemy and then quickly just jumps out, smacks him in the face, and then just slides away. Very entertaining. Decimate has the tough job of basically answering back here, but Envy are going to try and capture it, and it looks like they're going to get away with it here. Are they going to get challenged again? You don't usually see this, but Ace is going to get himself a 3, and that life lead here that Gen.G had has been nullified. 18-18.
We'll say it's been great work out of Gen.G on the defense, but Envy have just managed to deal the damage at B to begin with, keep the life count even, and then below A completely out of the showers, out of the water, literally. 175 away now from streaks is Ace. He's done a nice bit of work. 4 kills in a row, 6-1. Spacely's tagged. Decimate's possibly able to pick it up. He is going to get it. Major Maniac will cut the lifeline out from Envy there. The streaks will not be coming through for X now. Envoy versus Silly. Silly's going to bring a nade to a gunfight. Oh, speaking of nades, there's a volley back. And as you can see, that front line being pushed forward now by Envy. Major Maniac up next. The stun finds something. He finds a gunless trying to transition across the road. He doesn't look left, he doesn't look right. He just looks right down the barrel of Major Maniac's schematics, and that's a big one. Mork's in the back. A solid defensive hold, but you can see Envy just taking those little steps forward, inch by inch. They're making their way towards that point.
And one push is maybe all it takes here, but it's whether they have the time to do that. What? Basically does what Aix did in the previous zone and finds himself a double with a frag and sliding around. It's Havoc. He likes to get up close and personal. You heard me before, and look at him go, jumping, weaving, find himself up top. There's the shot punch. Havoc is not done yet. 7 kills to his name. Trumping anybody in the lobby bar. Aix sliding around, so aggressive, so fast. He might be down to 22 HP, and that is going to be the end of him. But his job is done, Miles. That's all he needs to do, because now he's going to respawn. Guess who isn't? Aix himself, 10-4, 10-3, make it 2. As we do see the seconds tick away, and Envy will lose this round.
Oh boy. The foundations were very, very solid for Envy to start this one off, but once Havoc got going, man, he's an assassin. And once again, you can't kill him.
I don't want a face cam. of Havoc. I want like a hand cam. I want to just see how quickly he shoots and punches. It's crazy.
He really was.
I wish we had those stats to just know how many of Havoc's kills are actually melees. How many people does he finish off with the melee? It's a joke.
When I think of like players who've got really exceptional movement, they really move around the map well and put themselves in weird places and have great timing to, you know, close distance between players. I think of Jerd, I think of Havoc. You know, at times I think of Simp. You know, sometimes Simp's like, he's got such strong gun skill. He kind of takes those mid-range gunfights really, really well. I don't know. I'd love to have a sort of think and a bit of a sit down about. Like,
I think Jerd was always notorious for it because of previous Call of Duties where it would maybe take one hit to melee or knife or whatever it would be. But this obviously new meta, which is new to Black Ops 4, which honestly I don't see anyone right now better than Havoc. But it works for him. And who knows what it's going to be like this time next year, but. A lot to go down, and one thing going down is A. Lightning Strike at the ready for Major Maniac. He got streaks in the hard point multiple times, and he's found himself a Lightning and a Hellstorm. He's going to back on up, and it's crazy they've done that without losing one life, but it reminds me a little bit of how Splice used to play. They kind of gave up A and just pinched the whole team in. And it looks like that's the game plan that Envy's going to try here.
And there's no pinch, though. I mean, Envy, they haven't really managed to keep him in. No one in mid-map has come through showers to push him in the back once you know that you're hitting that koi side. The koi pond, of course, being where the fish lives. Oi, Gunless is toast. Wow, Havoc. Again, still 25-26. One zone remaining. It's all on a B. But look at this approach now. This crawl forward from Gen.G, and it's so methodical. They check every corner, they trade every kill, they try not to give up the positioning, and Envoy this whole time, he's hit the other side of the map. He's trying to make a play happen here. Tags are through. Havoc's going to once again be the tip of the spear as he drives it right into the heart of Envy, and that's going to be 21-24. The capture now beginning. Streaks are ready for Morks as well as Major Maniac, and again, progress at B. The second tick has been halted for now, but how long can Envy stop the bleeding?
Morks is going to get shot in the back. Silly does find one onto Spacely here, so maybe a little bit of hope just yet. See, the engineer is rocking for Envoy. We're seeing the streets come in, and we've seen this new kind of style of kind of curling these Hellstorm. Oh, no,
that's unfortunate. That's just a bit of rough piloting. If he finds his way just through the top of that overpass, oh boy. You clean out those players who are sitting back Sushi, and that's a big win. Still, doesn't matter when you got Morks locking down the street. Havoc's getting up close and personal. Now Spacely's making that front line look very, very solid. And oh boy, Envy, you've got to go. You've got to go now, because that's it. The round is over.
He might be great at the shot punch, but again, just the snap that he has on the Sorg, it's hard to master, but there's many a talent in the CWL and who do that. You know, you look at the likes of Dylan and many others, as you can kind of pick everyone from every team, a Beezy, whatever it may be. But again, this is going to be the best play in, first of all, smart positioning, but second of all, like just snapping on. Oh. Seems effortless at the moment.
It's completely effortless. It was effortless in the first round. In this round, it's just the same.
And Gen.G going into the third now, I still have specialists to play with, still have streaks to play with.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
Oh, man. I mean, they're fully loaded. All into A is going to be Envy. Slams up. Havoc only finds one. He's unlucky not to have had tacos there, friends. Spacely, he's going to be there to pick up the pieces and close out the rest of the kills. Envoy's there as well. It's just, again, they're a bit of a Hydra. You chop one head off and another one appears. That is Gen.G. Still, Envy have just about managed to perform the Herculean task of taking care of that Hydra, and now we have it. First ticket A done. Halfway through the second. Decimate. Brilliant work to stay alive. Keep the tech going. Keep the cap going. And now over to B we go. We are seeing that develop as well. A nice two-pronged attack now for Envy. Can they keep this bilateral push going? Envoy, as he's trying to slow this down. Great work underway. It's the War Machine now at the ready. Morked on the outside. That's going to keep B safe before any real damage can get done.
Yeah, I mean, you touched on kind of the two-pronged attack, and I felt like it could almost come back to bite them, if I'm being completely honest, because they don't capture A very fast, and that means obviously a little bit less time, obviously onto B, but also the loss of lives. We saw Gen.G attacking B with a 2-life lead. Now we see Envy attacking B with a 4-life deficit against 3 streets, against 4 specialists. Envy, they're what, close to maybe attack 5, which yes may help them, but they're gonna have a War Machine, a Tempest, attack 5, and a Vision Pulse to deal with, along with these Lightning and Hellstorm. If I'm being completely honest, it's one team simply outclassing another. The hard point, don't get me wrong, was super, super close, but this control has literally been one-sided. Major Maniac has called in the lightning. It wouldn't surprise me to see all these specialists invested right now just to close this series out. 7-life lead. Gen.G are going for it.
Going for it. It all comes down to B now. You have to push this if you're Envy. That's a big win from X. Envoy now at the ready with the War Machine. There's one, there's two. He's going to find... Oh, no! A little bit of unfortunate friendly fire, and it's a two-case incident of it from Gen.G. Is it enough for now for Envy to get forward? No, the reinforcements will make their way in. Is it prolonging the inevitable?
Miles, it's 6v14. Major Maniac hasn't got the Tempest out yet, but that Hellstorm, here it is. That means all of Envy just hide in the house. That means the time ticks down. I would have thought that would have been slowed down and maybe killed in the front door, but Gen.G, they go offensively, and I love it. The reason being is any type of trades mean Envy do not respawn, and Gen.G do. Tempest at the ready. Doesn't connect.
Or was it enough? Not full stim, but it doesn't matter. The teamwork is there. Assault now making his way forward, and the capture begins. Can the 3, now 2 remaining members of Envy get it done? Decimate, he will fall. Assault will be the last member to drop, and Gen.G, a 3-0 that was really convincing, let's be honest, friends. That was powerful work. The hardpoint was the only map with a real close contest. The search was what it was going to be always, but that control... Tough scenes there for Envy. This new squad, though, it has an incredibly high ceiling, but yet to really be sort of seen as will they make it there, Phil?
Yeah, and I think, again, we talked about it with Heretics, very tough opponent. Much like Gen.G, that is a very hard opponent, even though they've had a roster change. For Envy to kind of step into this with a whole new roster, a whole new lineup, it's not going to be easy. Who was the favorite Gen.G going into that? Envy, yes, they've got superstars on their lineup. Yes, the drought continues, if you want to call it that. 0-3 here today. However, many more games to play this week, and I think that's going to be crucial, of course, going into Miami. I do see this Envy roster getting better and better as they work things out, but not today. It just wasn't their day, and Gen.G, you have to say, very, very dominant in the control. Very good in the search and destroy. Hardpoint was pretty close.
Well, there we go, friends. We're going to have our quick PlayStation interaction now with the newcomer back onto the squad here for Gen.G. It's Spacely with Jess.
Thank you, Miles. How's it feel to be back on the squad and opening things up with a victory?
Feels amazing, especially coming out the way we just did with a nice 3-0. Coming into this team, you know, they had some internal issues going on with their last team, and our scrims were looking kind of shaky. So it was big for us to come out here and get a win under our belts and just catch momentum. So that was definitely big for us, and it feels amazing to be back.
Coming into the series, Havoc was very confident, but he didn't really seem to know exactly what to expect out of you guys' team. Were you expecting to come in and just 3-0 like that?
I was expecting to win regardless. Like, we're expecting to go 4-0 this week, but yeah, I expect to come in this series and win 3-0 because playing against Pat, he doesn't beat me. I think I'm like 5-0 against him in the last 2-3 years, so was confident coming into this one.
You guys are looking so strong right now. What else is there that you might need to work on for the rest of this week or looking forward to Miami?
One of my biggest problems right now is I kind of individually play by myself, like on an island, or I get too aggressive without my teammates and helping them. So I kind of been trying to work on that, and I think that's going to be a big part for us to find success and our hard point as well as that.
All right, thank you so much. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction. Over to Katie at the desk.
Thank you so much, Jess. You heard it from Spacely there. Pat can't seem to beat him. Pat and the team can't seem to win a map. Still not the ideal start for them, but also I'm not really shocked by this outcome. I mean, Gen.G looks so strong, and that hardpoint was close, but unfortunately their woes.
The hardpoint was close, that close, but it didn't they got beat pretty bad. The score looked close, but the map didn't feel close at all. Like what Havoc was doing, he was trying to throw at the end of the map. He was going off, but he tried to throw. He should have caught in his streaks on that fence hill and just ended it right away. I don't know why they waited, but other than that, that was the closest map and still didn't feel that close.
They pushed their record now to 0-14 in Search and Destroy. And just watching that Search and Destroy map, I know why they're definitely struggling. You have Pat, who's sitting on the 18-wheeler watching over bomb site. But usually the #1 rule on that map is when you plant that B bomb, you want to wrap back to your 18-wheeler and hold it from there because it's impossible to break at that point. They sent all 4 players at the bomb site with Egg sitting the only one at the 18-wheeler. 2 players just immediately look at go through the flank, kill Aches just standing there like, huh.
He had assault inside of Sushi. You just needed to like watch the
go to the right corner and watch the
Does he not know what the spot is?
I don't know.
There was a lot of mistakes there. Like when they went to go plant, and then there's a player walks through ice cream and kills the guy off the bomb. That's unacceptable. Like,
they did the same thing. It felt like every round, and they play every single search and destroy round super quick. Like so earlier today, we saw Heretics on certain rounds slow down the pace. Envy needs to learn how to slow down their pace. Every round was like play like the rounds are 30 seconds long, every single time. You don't have to just rush and like all those rounds are so disrespectful. We were talking about like, oh, we're just gonna go and run directly at our opponent and hope for the best. That's not what you have to do. Mix it up, go different ways. It was just ridiculous.
So their defense, they did the exact same thing legitimately every round. They switched it up one time. So they would send 4 players over towards A, and Aches would go towards B. One round they had Assault go mid-map. That was the only change they made the entire time. And I think 2 out of the 3 times that Gen.G decided to go B, they killed Aches. The one round he got the 3-piece, they win the round. Okay, yeah, sure. But we're going to take that gamble. We're going to hit that street. Like if I'm playing a team and I know there's one guy there, we're taking that gamble every time and we're hitting that street. Most of the time they're killing him and they're getting that bomb down. The rounds that Envy win are just pure luck. Like, okay, we're going to force that A. The one round that they decide to rush all through A, we're going to get a lucky hip fire 2-piece. Yeah, so like, it's just the way they're playing Search and Destroy. It's not a recipe for success whatsoever. If they're trying to play it very safe, you have to change things up and you have to try to play off what the other team's doing. You can't just do the same strategy. It's not going to work.
One thing that we also saw in the S&D is just like, I feel like every time we talk about this team, when it comes to that Search and Destroys, Decimate makes a lot of plays by himself. Like we saw him, it was a 5-3 situation. Gen.G decides to push towards A. They have one player playing top mid, but Decimate just flies out middle and gives up that first blood. You put yourselves in a different disadvantage. I don't understand why he's just running up the middle of the map by himself. He's playing at a totally different pace than his team is.
I mean, sometimes you just have to take risks, right? That's like a lot of the Search and Destroy plays and the Search and Destroy players that we see play, like Kismet, would just try to find gaps in their team setup and try to take risks. So I think that's what he's trying to do, try to change something up for Envy, because whatever they're doing right now, the static gameplay is obviously not working. And then they just played a team that did just get second place, and that team is obviously on an entirely different level than this Envy team. Because even though they had that early lead in that first hard point, it really wasn't close. No. Games 2 and 3 were complete blowouts.
There's just, I mean, in terms of Search and Destroy, since we were just talking about it, it's just like the way they're playing is not going to work against like 99% of the Pro League teams. Like you can't just do that same strat every round and expect it to work. If a team gets B bombed down and they play from the 18, they do it properly, you're going to lose that round. Exactly. It's like there's something you need to fix there. Like Aches can't just go there with a sniper every round by himself. I find that personally to be unacceptable out of a team who has 0-13 in Search and Destroy to not go back and realize that this is not going to work.
It's weird because they put him in spots where it's like it's easy to say like Aches is playing poorly or whatever in the spots, but those spots are difficult. He's trying to, where he snipes from, either the bottom door or the top window. They can throw one shoulder, he misses a shot, and then instantly in his face. That happened the first round. It's like, oh no. And what we see a lot of teams do, they have 2 guys play B, one guy's in the window or throwing shoulders, and a guy will lay on the bomb site and they'll work together. That's what Gen.G did to Envy, catch him off guard, throw up some switch ups. They don't do it yet, and just, it's rough.
There were like 2 rounds they did get that first blood, but they're like so conventional and so simple that it's like they're not getting tricky with it at all. Like if you go to that B street and you do pick up a first blood, you have a sniper looking at the window, let him continue to watch that street, then you guys wrap back, and then you can 4v2 the guys that are hitting that flank. Like when you play a good team like Gen.G at Search and Destroy, they're going to capitalize on that. Like, okay, we're probably not going to be able to retake B bomb site, so let's, go around that flank, and they expose them. So it's something that they need to think about going forward.
And there you have it, of course, Gen.G getting that win over Envy. But we want to talk now about our Astro MVP speculation, and that is going to be Frosty on Midnight. Doing so well now that he's on this team and reminding us all of why he is here and having a good showing so far.
Coming from the old E6 roster, a lot of people had doubts on like why was he traded or why was he dropped. But the guys overall, we understand this guy's a champion, and watching him today throughout this series, at least in both of the hard points today, he was definitely going all for his team.
I mean, it's going to take some time for him to develop in Call of Duty, right? Like, we've seen people transition, enable formal players like that who are champions in other games, and they come to this game, and it takes a little bit, but they have that mentality. So, like, I guess we're just waiting for Frosty to flip that switch. He's capable of that.
That's why I thought it was absurd that you dropped him. It's like, you've seen it happen before. When somebody's super talented at just FPS in general, why would you get rid of a guy that's still learning, still in this process? Because if he comes out and plays like he did today, you have a super strong second Maddox player.
He wasn't bad.
Yeah, he wasn't bad, and you just were one map away from a winner's final.
That's what that's like the mindset. Like that's why you pick somebody up like that. It's like we're gonna develop this player over time. We're gonna get him early, so somebody else doesn't. We're gonna develop him. He's gonna be a monster by the end of the season. So I think that's why people were complaining a little bit. But Frosty definitely sees in this opportunity.
He certainly is. Let's look at our division standings. see how things are starting to shake down. We do have 3 more days worth of games to be played, but again, you can see it there. The play-in and the playoff brackets starting to very quickly distinguish themselves.
Midnight and Rec are in a serious battle too for the spot, and Midnight did pick up that win today, and Rec lost, so that's huge. They just have to outpace them for the rest of this week.
That is certainly true. Let's look now at our PlayStation Damage Dealt leaderboard. No more temp to lead on the top there. Lucky so far to start off the day.
You could feel it when you were watching today.
Yeah. It was one of the best individual performances against Optic we've seen all year. He went off. They didn't win that series, but Lucky was putting on for the squad, bailing them out of every situation, not missing a bullet.
Especially in that third map frequency, the fact that they were running 3 SOGs, and he was the top slayer out of both of his SOG players. The guy's just unreal. He definitely deserves to be top damage. 1.45 KD, unreal performance out of him.
It's just his influence to that team. Sniper and search and destroy, locking everything down. Entry fragging, getting multi-kills with the specialist every time. He is an absolute animal.
Let's look at our schedule now. As I said, 3 more days. We have to get through Tuesday next, which will start with Heretics and Midnight as we work through those 4 matches coming up tomorrow. But the last week of Pro League is here, and these teams only have a few days to cement their playoff positions. Midnight's new roster, 3-1 to elevate to start the day. United reminded everyone how strong they are by 3-0ing Reciprocity. And it went to a Game 5, but Optic came out on top over Heretics. Envy continues to look discombobulated as they have yet to find a win as they get 3-0'd by Gen.G. Remember, Tuesday kicks off when we have Heretics versus Midnight.